In a small, quiet village lived a humble farmer named Kale. His hands, though rough and calloused, worked the earth with a gentle spirit. He planted cassava and bananas, his only hope for a modest living, but the sky remained stubbornly clear. Weeks turned into a month, and the relentless sun baked the soil, turning his tender saplings into brittle, lifeless stalks. His first harvest was nothing but dust. Heartbroken but not defeated, Kale gathered his remaining strength and seeds. He tilled the parched earth once more, planting with renewed prayer for rain. This time, the heavens answered, and tiny green shoots pushed through the soil. Hope began to bloom in Kale's heart. But his joy was short-lived. One morning, he awoke to find his field in ruins. The king's cattle, having wandered from their royal pastures, had trampled and devoured everything. With a heavy heart, Kale went to the palace to seek justice. He explained his plight to the king, hoping for a sliver of compassion. Instead, the king scoffed at him, dismissing the poor farmer with a wave of his hand and a string of insults. "Your tiny patch of land is of no concern to me," the king declared, leaving Kale feeling smaller than ever. Anyone else might have surrendered to despair. But Kale was not just anyone. He returned to his ravaged field, his spirit battered but unbroken. For the third time, he sowed his seeds. He worked from dawn till dusk, his sweat watering the soil when the rains were shy. This time it was different. The plants grew with an almost magical vigor, tall and strong. The cassava roots were plump, and the banana trees hung heavy with massive bunches of fruit. His farm was a vibrant oasis of green. As Kale began his bountiful harvest, a group of strangers arrived in the village. They were merchants from a distant land, their clothes fine and their faces unfamiliar. They had heard of the village's produce and came to Kale's farm first. They pointed at a small basket of cassava and offered him a sum of money so large it made Kale's eyes widen. He looked at the money, then at the small basket. He shook his head gently. "Sir," he said, his voice steady, "this is far too much. The cassava is not worth this. I cannot take what I haven't earned." The lead merchant smiled, a knowing look in his eyes. He explained that this was a test. "We have traveled through many villages," he said, "and too often we have been cheated by farmers who would gladly take more than their fair share. Your honesty is a rare gem." They had found the person they were looking for. The merchants bought nearly all of Kale's harvest, paying him a fair and generous price. But they didn't stop there. Moved by his integrity, they gave him a substantial amount of money, not as charity, but as an investment. "Use this to grow your farm," they told him. "A man like you deserves to succeed." Kale was overwhelmed with gratitude. He promised he would always remain true to his principles. With the new capital, Kale's life transformed. He expanded his farm, bought modern machinery, and hired other villagers, treating them with the same fairness he showed everyone. His farm flourished, becoming the most productive in the region. The honest farmer, who once had nothing, became a symbol of prosperity and integrity. Kale's story teaches us 3 profound lessons. First, never be idle. No matter how few resources you have, start with what you've got. Kale started with just a few seeds and his own 2 hands. Second, never give up. Kale faced drought, destruction, and disrespect, but he replanted every single time. His persistence turned failure into fortune. And finally, always be honest. It was Kale's integrity that opened the door to his greatest blessings. Honesty isn't just a virtue. It's a magnet for opportunities. In a world that often rewards cunning, Kale proved that true lasting success is built on a foundation of character. Thank you for watching. If this story inspired you, please like, share, and subscribe for more.